Saturday on Denver 7, a suspicious package keeping US 36 closed for hours, and why police are comfortable letting people back through this morning. As housing continues to be expensive, renters of color are facing more financial battles.
Housing is one of those purchases where going without isn't really an option.
Why experts say this trend is happening. And it's opening weekend for the Rockies. We'll take a look at the fun from opening day and things to keep in mind ahead of making your way to Coors Field. Good morning and welcome to Denver 7 News. I'm Jessica Crawford. Thank you so much for getting your day started with us today. Let's take a look outside right now at downtown. It is shaping up to be a gorgeous day. We're bringing in meteorologist Lisa Hidalgo for the latest. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning. It is. It's gorgeous. Picture perfect out there early this morning. We do have a little bit of cloud cover, making for a really gorgeous sunrise, though. And look at those temperatures, anywhere from upper 40s to even some low 50s right now here along the Front Range. It's going to lead up to a really warm afternoon. It was gorgeous yesterday. Today is going to be even warmer. We're going to hit highs likely in the mid to upper 70s here by late afternoon, early evening. We'll be under a mostly sunny sky, a few more clouds than what we saw yesterday, but Denver right around 75, Platteville, Keensburg, Erie, all right around 77, more 50s and 60s for the mountains and foothills. So we've got a really pretty afternoon in store. The unfortunate part is that the winds are going to kick up a bit. Again, we're going to see some breezy to windy conditions. So we have a number of red flag warnings going into effect. Fire danger remains high today. This all ahead, Jessica, of our cold front that's going to hit tonight. We'll talk more about that front and just how much cooler it's going to get coming up.
Lisa, thank you. We're following breaking news. US 36 in Boulder is now open in both directions this morning. It had been shut down for nearly 6 hours last night due to a suspicious package. This is video of the scene last night at a busy intersection from Baseline Road to Foothills Parkway. Police also evacuated 4 homes on the parallel running Moorhead Avenue as a precaution. Police tell us that the bomb squad was deployed overnight. Now they say there's no threat to the public. It's still not clear what exactly was in the package, but we've reached out for updates and we will let you know as soon as we can. Also breaking out of Denver, police are investigating what appeared to be a fatal car crash as a double murder. The crash happened at Peoria Street at 33rd Avenue in Aurora. Denver police say 2 people with gunshot wounds were inside a car driving south on Peoria near I-10. That's when they crashed into another car. We know the 2 people in the first car who had been shot have died. As of last check, the driver of the car they crashed into was seriously hurt and taken to the hospital. We're waiting for more information from police and we'll update you. It's been busy overnight for Denver PD. Officers are investigating a shooting in LODO that has 1 man recovering in the hospital this morning. We don't know the extent of his injuries or if there's a suspect in police custody at this time. Plus, 2 more car crashes have multiple people in the hospital this morning. The first off 38th Avenue near Piccadilly Road. The second, a crash involving a driver and a motorcycle off Sheridan in Alameda. As of last check, Sheridan was closed because of that crash. Police are offering a reward for information leading to the arrest of a serial bank robber they're calling the Untitled Bandit. Authorities say he's robbed several banks in the Denver area since March 19th. During one of the robberies, he complained about the small amount of money he was given, thus the name Untitled Bandit. Police say he's not shown a weapon, but has threatened bank tellers. Tips can be made to Metro Denver Crime Stoppers. You can turn in your unwanted guns in Aurora today. The city is partnering with a Colorado Springs nonprofit for a gun buyback event. It's from 10 to 1 at the Aurora Day Labor Center. This is just like last month's gun buyback event at Empower Field. 200 guns were collected there. The collected guns will be recycled and turned into garden tools. While research on other buyback programs have not found a direct link with reduced violent crime, organizers at the previous buyback were hopeful it can improve safety in Colorado in several ways.
A lot of the buyback reasons are related to the ability or access to safe storage, or they might have kids that are getting older and they feel more uncomfortable with a firearm in their house.
Denver and Aurora will hold 6 other gun buyback events between May and October. Also happening today, our state lawmakers are hosting their assemblies. The Colorado Democratic Party's assembly is virtual once again this year, and that starts at 10 o'clock. Our state GOP party members are meeting in person in Colorado Springs. Today's meetings help decide who's going to run on the ballot for our June 28th primary election. Depending on who gets on, they will run against Senator Michael Bennet. Now to housing in the metro. A new report released this week shows a jump in active listings, but an even bigger jump in prices. Homeowners saw their property appreciate 9% in just 1 month. For context, the normal appreciation is about 7.5% per year. The cost to rent isn't really dropping either, especially for people of color. A new report from Zillow shows it's harder and more expensive for people of color to find a place to live in the U.S. Denver 7's Christian Lopez joins us now. And one of the biggest upfront costs there, Christian, are the application fees.
Yeah, a new study shows that people of color pay more in application fees and in security deposits. Just in the last year, rent prices have gone up around 17%, and this has caused people to try to find more affordable options. But the new data shows that people of color are facing higher upfront costs, around $150 more in security deposits compared to white renters. And this could be in part due to their age, their income, and the area that they live in. A typical renter of color is 2 years younger than the average white renter, which means 2 fewer years of potential income growth. White renters are also more likely to rent in areas like the Midwest, which are less expensive. And not only are people of color facing higher costs, they're also submitting more applications.
We sampled over 2,000 renters that recently moved in the past year. We found that the typical number of applications submitted was 2, but for renters of color, it was more like 3. And those application fees also tended to be higher. Those renters of color were more likely to pay a security deposit. And when they paid a security deposit, the typical amount was $150 more expensive. So we just largely see that these upfront costs of renting are disproportionately expensive for renters of color.
And there are cheaper options when it comes to application fees. For example, on Zillow, they have a fee of around $29 for people that apply on their website, and that includes both the credit and the background check. We're live in Denver this morning. I'm Christian Lopez, Denver 7.
Christian, thank you. If you need some mortgage assistance here in the metro, you're not alone. You can head to cdola.colorado.gov for resources available today. And now to what Rockies fans have waited 2 long years for, a real near sellout, just like old times, opening day at Coors Field. So let's take a quick look back. This is what the park looked like on opening day in 2020 when no fans were allowed because of COVID protocols. Then last year, only a limited number of fans were allowed in the stands. And now Friday, a beautiful purple-filled, packed stadium to see the Rockies take on the Dodgers with more days of baseball ahead this weekend. Denver 7's Rob Harris was in on the action as crowds were welcomed back with open arms downtown.
Everyone's smiling. It's not COVID, it's full capacity. So like there's more people, more energy overall. People have been super generous. Every time I throw sticks, people are like always quick to grab it and give it back to me, you know?
I love Denver, born and raised in Denver. I loved it all my life. And we got good vibes. Everybody's having a good time, especially on opening day. Oh boy, best believe we having a good time.
Hell yeah.
You guys getting your second round with the Vodka Rebels?
I mean, I've been working down here 10 plus years. Last year it was, you know, at 50% capacity. People wanted to come out, it was there, but it just didn't have that feel, you know? But now that it's been, like we're open, masks are lifted, everybody's here to have a good time. I mean, everyone's ready to come back out, so it's awesome.
It feels really great to be out and about and just kind of experience all the fun and the excitement of everybody out here.
Everyone's having so much fun. We're so excited that the winds died down and the sun is out and everyone's just having a blast.
Rockies are amazing, and it's finally after COVID, right? I mean, look at this place. It's incredible. So we're really just happy.
Life's good. I mean, we living in tough times right now. Well, life's good. The sun's out, the people are out, and we're at Coors Field.
Opening day baseball,
Opening
baby.
day
It's a
with the
beautiful
Dodgers
day.
fans.
Beautiful day.
It doesn't matter where we're from. We're here. We're in Denver.
Man, that looked like fun. So let's take opening weekend 360. The Rockies lost Friday, something many experts say that fans should get used to. But for some Rockies fans, the low expectations from experts will not stop them from hoping.
I think there's a really positive vibe between the players. I think that's what it boils down to, is if the guys get along well and work well together, then they're going to play well together too.
Pitches.
That's one way to keep your spirits up. Other fans aren't as optimistic.
I think we'll finish 4th in the division at best, and that's a wishing well.
It would be really great to be able to see some more talent be brought in and stay.
So how do you think the Rockies will do this season? You can join the conversation on the Denver 7 Facebook page or by emailing 360@thedenverchannel.com. It's also opening weekend for a new concept bar in Denver. One Shot Back says it combines an Instagram-worthy cocktail lounge experience with a top-of-the-line golf simulator. The bar is on Curtis Street near 21st. You can book one of the 2 golf simulator bays or a one-on-one session with one of their professional coaches. If you're going to a game this weekend, we do have a few reminders. Try to get to Coors Field at least an hour early to give yourself enough time to get through security. Tickets are digital this year, so make sure you have access to the MLB Ballpark app before you arrive. You're not allowed to bring backpacks or other multi-pocketed bags, and if you're looking to buy food or merch, Coors Field is cashless. You can use credit cards or Apple Pay. We have these tips and a full opening day schedule right now on thedenverchannel.com and the Denver 7 mobile app. Tax day is just around the corner. If you're in need of some help, we got you covered, where you can find free in-person assistance today. And one Colorado kid is getting lots of support to make his wish happen, while students got a little messy in the process.